Guess what? I say, guess what? My sanctification is going just fine. Twice this year, I have quit drinking for more than a month of time. I did that a few times last year, I think, too. But in and out of it, maybe a few weeks on, a few weeks off. You know, better and better. I thought I said happy anniversary to me, and I thought, it takes 222 days for the brain to fully recover from alcohol abuse. I've not drank liquor. I think that has made all the difference. I've never been a liquor drinker. Been a beer man, and I didn't expect to be drinking, and it was Easter yesterday, so it's the day after Easter. I wouldn't have expected to drink on Easter, but it added up, and I had some profound dreams again last night, and I think that there are spiritual attacks. I guess that stuff's really real, and I took myself out of a dream that was happening. And I've had other dreams. I was witnessing something in this dream, something ritualistic over a man sleeping. And I woke myself up out of that dream. I don't know what I was seeing. There was lightning around the person. I don't know if I was seeing myself or what. I'm curious, so, took myself out of that dream. It didn't seem godly to me. To over manipulate the matter and not let God do it, I don't think that's the way. That's like those of you who can't pass the ASH test, which is almost everybody, and especially the people who have developed the habit of projecting onto me. So I don't go to work, and I gotta fill out the paperwork in the most simple way that says I have no intention of finding a job. I'm taken care of by God, and this is unlikely that it could even happen. I can't put my name on a punch card and go to work. And it's not because I am not as good of a worker. I have told the story of the two worst workers I probably ever worked with. And I was looking for the office. I was looking for the location of the Labor Ready. I couldn't find it because there wasn't a Labor Ready. They had changed their name, I think at most locations, but not all. They had changed the name to People Ready. I went in knowing this is about people. I have to maintain these relationships with the people. And God put me to the test. He literally had me on a job, on many jobs. I liked a number of these people too. But one job was especially, these guys were terrible. They were awful. They say there's no honor among thieves. The dishonest people trust each other more than they trust the honest person. We are rejecting honesty as a failure to conform. Not just on the high levels by you real privileged types, but on our local level, it's all the same. Like, these guys really wanted to disappear into the building that was under construction and sit there and smoke cigarettes and listen to songs on their phone. And it's like the day was just kind of dragging, but I'm trying to make sure I got to get along with these guys. Because what matters more than me doing well? If I don't get along with them, if I work too well, this is going to put these guys to shame. We get paid by the hour, not by the bucks. We reject high performers from the workplace try to turn it into me being lazy that I'm not working, it's harder for me to not work than it is for me to work. I will work circles. Give me non-skilled labor positions that many people want to pride themselves on holding their jobs. Non-skilled positions, taping boxes together and packing stuff up. You know, ripping pallets apart and making them back up. I'll do that as well as the best person in your place. Like, we'll work circles around you. Especially the people. So anyway, that's just the truth. That's just the fucking truth. But people don't like the truth, do they? This number 222. I don't know why it's become a trendy thing among the people who think they're spiritual or try to credit themselves as spiritual. People who over manipulate the matter. Try to sort out what it means to me. I've experienced when I quit drinking. The restoration. Like, I consume plenty of healthy foods. I recognize, not to my own credit, I live like a king. Yeah, I can afford avocados. I can afford eggs. $100 a dozen. And beyond that, I like making liver. I use spices. I understand nutrition very well. I understand health very well. Drinking is the worst thing I've done for my health, except I'm not going to explain to you spiritual, you braggadocious, arrogant judgers. The judger is more harmful than the judged. You credit yourself for your blessings. You're proud of them instead of thankful. I think some of you are trying, but if you don't spend your time in the wilderness, if you don't get pushed out of your workforce, but for trying to do right, if you're among the more who find their comfort in trying to make someone else that odd one out, you just can't have that same connection. So 222. I live in a city headlined by 222. By that I mean our tallest building has this big 222. And I had this book, it was a good book, Brahman and Tao. Just a good overview of it all, and I tended to flip around a lot in it. But it wasn't the center of like the binding or anything, but it always opened to 222. I went looking for this book because for some reason, one reason or another, I don't get everything written to document my understanding, but I was getting it correlated with Archangel Michael. And then I read twos in a certain way. But more than eating liver and egg and jalapeno and the hamburger patty, or whatever I think is nutritious and delicious, it's what you don't consume. So I've known what good fasting is. I tell you, I understand what good alcohol is too. Especially as it just sort of more naturally leaves me as a habit. And I mean more naturally, as in sanctification. I love what God loves and I hate what God hates. And that is all founded on honesty. I hate liars. I sacrifice. I risk myself per moment I admit to things I don't need to admit to. If I'm not supposed to have my cat, I'll lie about him. I think about what lies I've actually told in life, and there aren't many. I've been scared about that. Because really, the only 2 times I might have even tried it, I got shamed bad. It's just not an option to me. And so you might say it's cowardly that I don't lie because I'm just afraid of being caught or something. But no. No. Maybe for a while it was. Now it's just. Jordan Peterson says it too. So I mostly believe in his honesty. But he's got his allegiances. Or he's not going to get pushed. Like some of you get pushed into the feed. Benefiting from dishonesty. It'll be the end of us. It will be the end of us. But not, knowing my guilt to drink on Easter even, not heavily. I tapered myself back off of it after I was drinking pretty heavily last week. This day after Easter, because it's not the good thing. It's not about your jalapeno and liver and onion and sauerkraut, even though I've been actually fermented foods. Since I experienced some pneumonia, I've needed to consider histamines and saturated fats, which I've been big on saturated fats in fasting and ketosis, but my diet's changing and stuff. Just it's less about getting this good stuff in. They say this is good and that's good and that's good. And I remember talking to a boss that I liked, a Catholic, and we'd close the place up at night. It would just be me and him, and I'm just full of nothing but how I'm sorting out what's true. And I know that a lot of you just don't have that available to you. It's not trained into you. It's trained into you to find your advantage in distorting the objective truth that's been given to you. Before you can even realize it, you've wrecked it. That's why you don't pass the ASH test. More than getting that good stuff in you, 222 and 111 and 333, which without starting to really just ramble and trying to rationalize how I see these things. I know that even though I want to do something to give my thanks to God, it's harder for me to not work than it is for me to work. You guys wish it was the case that I was as lazy as your fucking asses. Excuse my language. See, I wonder how much I can clean up just by watching my language just a bit more. I know what I actually guilt myself for, what I can actually be guilty for, what I can actually repent for, because I don't change the truth. I start from there. It bothered me as a kid. It was happening to me then. It bothered me. I had a friend who did it too. And he's a pastor now. And he's really a domineering, lead people in picking out who we can project against to derive comfort among other people. There are leaders who that's literally how they lead. They show you dominant passive aggression or something like this. Because he always had his other friend who was a little dog, and I talked about it. He was the alpha. No disrespect to my friend who I'm going to call a beta. He was like the best performer out of us. He was He was like the best swimmer. He was good at art. He does good work. I was at Sigma, and I feel like that gets some kind of bad name. What the hell would we do without some of those people? But anyway, without it's about not taking in the unhealthiness. It's about not manipulating. So I've somehow quit marijuana. All at once, this has all happened. And there was a person on YouTube who would talk about the Holy Spirit and turn my attention to certain things, and it really helped me. And then I had these dreams. Like 3 nights of dreams that were like, what the heck? And I'm cautious about what information I trust and what I don't. But my sanctification continues, my trajectory continues. I can probably pass a urinalysis. I don't think I have any THC in my system. And I still have some, and I got edibles, so I don't have to smoke it. And I've liked sobriety more and more. And I think that that's what the 222 is. I say that because it takes 220 to not over manipulate. It's what I'm not doing. What I am not doing is accounting for me. I eat well, I have a good home, I have my cats. And I see everybody indulging some hypocrisy is what I would call it. Hypocrisy and dishonesty. That's what hypocrisy is. It's like you fail to see your damn self because you just want to focus on that person. And now it alleviates you of having to own the same qualities because it belongs to that person, right, guys? Anyway, yeah, the beta male would always rally behind the guy who would posture as alpha. And I would always be the one arguing with both of them motherfuckers. And the alpha would like reward the beta. He'd say, "You're right." Against if I have a differing opinion. And it's gotta be, some argument that someone wins instead. But he like reward the person as though it's his place to reward them. I hate the alphas. I hate them. You suck. You're good maybe managers or supervisors. You don't belong owning nothing. You don't belong owning nothing. You're not visionaries. You can't see the damn truth. Your strength is in distorting it. And everybody's trying to be alpha. Weak ass motherfuckers. It is though. But it takes 222 days for the alcohol to for the brain to fully recover from alcohol. See, I'm coming out of my drinking. I don't want it to make me stupid, but this is happening at God's pace. This isn't new to me. It started 10 years ago. I went back to God very much more adamantly into study, trying to understand the legalistic parts. What of the law do we keep? Are we allowed to eat meat? Stuff like that. I cared. In the first place, what would be true? What should I be telling myself is actually damn true? Too many of you will just switch that immediately for your benefit. Does this sound like boasting? I'm defending against it happening to me and to others. Blame me for arguing back? I'm the one who's arguing? You're in the wrong in the first place. You're focusing on the splinter in my eye. Just to act like you don't have a plank in yours. The judger is worse than the judged. The person you're judging isn't as much a problem as that you are judging them. People find strength in it. "222 days it takes. And since this is the day after Easter of 2025, I've tried to, I kept track of where it would be. Where would that 222 days come out? Well, the Julian date today, which is just the number of days so far in the year, I had quit for more than a month before, and now I did it again. And it was unlikely that a German dude wanted to invite me for a picture. It was just unlikely that would happen, and I hadn't drank for more than a month, and I opened the door again. And then I drank for these days after that happened, but it's day 111. And it's the day after Easter. And my Easter wasn't a thankless holiday. I want to have a holiday experience too. I think about what the day is about and stuff. Because then every day could be different. But today is day 111, and that means that I'll have hit my 222 days on day 333, which I think was late November. I think I know when. I feel like people try to say anything. I don't care. I don't care. I'm grounded in the truth, and I know that no one else is. And if you wanted to try to condemn me, you have to change my truth. And your truth isn't as strong as mine, because that's what you do. So, I'm not boasting. I am upset. I hate liars. I hate liars. I hate that. I want to be curious together. But anyway, there's other people like that. We try to trash these people. They're people of integrity. They're sweet people. Like I'm thinking of certain ones. Anyway, it's a sickness. Hypocrites need to have it reflected to them, which is the point of my writing. Like, anyone who wanted to stalk what I write and stuff, they have to literally see what they do. Anyone who wanted to stalk my video content, they have to literally hear what they do. And then you gotta watch yourself do it. You're either gonna care, or you're gonna continue to find it your strength to change the truth. While you preach honesty, a proud hypocrite are you. You're a fool is what you are. Let the Lord's truth as he presents it to us, let those who honor it be honored by it, and let those who dishonor the truth be dishonored by the truth. Let that be. Let his kingdom come. Let it be truthful and just. We're supposed to have freedom and love. This is the idea that I heard. And then somebody said that those are opposing ideas. I did not think so. But then I heard how they were considering it that those aren't compatible ideas. We have to choose love. God made it so we get to choose. And those of you who push the hate, you want to make your hate belong to the person who gets upset that you've done that. I just don't know how people can fail to see themselves. It's like that's the effort in the first place that they're making, is not looking at themselves. A Nazi. Privileged in group. Proud of privilege. I have privilege now. the most privileged country that there ever has been. And it has spoiled the quality of our character. And we're so much more capable of doing serious damage to our society if we can't look at ourselves, if we favor dishonesty. If the dishonest guys can trash me on the job, you're just going to end up with people who don't want to work. Like, that's all I like doing. I mean, it's not like I can't be lazy. I own my laziness and stuff, but I'm not a very lazy person. I waste some time. It's just been shown to me. It's not about what I'm doing. It's about who I am, how I am. So I don't know what 222 means to all you people who like attached to that number. I know how I read twos. I know that 22 is the master builder. I consider 222 the intermediate spirit. I consider that the Holy Spirit, and I consider that Archangel Michael. I consider that Jesus form in spirit. So that's what I think it is. But I think about it still. And it's more important that you seek the answer than you know the answer. We want to train people to not seek. We want to train them to act like they know. Like, what I know, I really know. Because I've been slow to speak. Which is why I'm spoken for. I'm literally not involved in the conversation. But, you know, I don't think you're going to want to make me respond to things that you're uncomfortable with. I don't think it's wise to pick me. We'll see. I don't want to find arrogance in it, but I love what God has done in my life. It moves me just, you know, I can feel actually bad. There was a Thanksgiving, I felt terrible. So I spent this Thanksgiving. Like I said, I think about the holidays. Think about what I'm thankful for. Glad that I'm back with my family and all this. And it was the same as ever. It was just trash this guy, roll your eyes at this guy, make conversation with me. So, hey, Billy. I don't think I've shared my name on here before, even though it's probably only watched by mother effers who know me. You know, and speak for me in front of everybody. And then if I correct it, I'm wrong. And if I let it fly, I'm wrong. But you and whoever you laugh to, in either case, because I can't let you, you're going to change the truth. I either let you do it in front of everybody speaking for me, and you feel strong because you've done that, as though I'm weak. I would have to dominate the conversation in order to avoid that. I only tried that at one thing. Well, I've taken different approaches. You make me try to figure out how to be. And you all just never have to learn. Because you literally opt out by putting it on someone else. So Billy, blah, 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 blah. That's not even what happened. Like, and then to see the smirk on the person's face or how they look at the other person, that I'm having to correct the incorrect thing that they're trying to speak in front of others. Or, well, Billy here said blah, blah, blah. Do I leave you to say that and just let you change my truth? Or do I correct it? And now I'm wrong for correcting it. But you think that's strong, huh? I think it's not. I think that I don't think I need to derive my comfort by doing that to anybody. I think I pretty much spend my time alleviating people of the discomfort that I can see that they're afraid is going to end up on them. It's cooperative. Like, once those kinds of people are left with each other, they got to find someone new to do that with, or someone who's not there, I guess. It should be no comfort to you. Satan's the accuser. Satan translates, it derives from the original Greek word for slander. And Jesus told us Satan is the accuser. The person judged is worse, is not as bad as the judger. To push the judgment, you're reckless with the truth. I think we need an education in journalism. That's not a popular thing to say because people don't want freedom. They want to run the conversation. We need seriously citizen journalists, like a bunch of us. Like, we need to train up a generation of citizen journalists who report from the ground level. That's what we need. We need rappers, poets, writers. That's what we need. And there are these privileged idiots who can't tell the fucking truth to themselves. And they want to rule the conversation that the whole public will have, but because they've gotten that position by maintaining loyalties dishonestly, it will be the end of us. So I can elaborate on why that is, but in an authoritarian system, which is really the ultimate outlook, we have an oligarchy, they say. Biden said it. Trump is showing it. Promoting loyalists. It's not a secret anymore. The Jesuits did it. The Jesuits did it. They act like the Freemasons are against them. That's just another puppet organization. That's your patriarchy. They'll enslave all the women. They'll own the women like property. Have you fighting over who gets to be his favorite. Because he's and he might be a piece of shit. Because he literally is there by maintaining loyalty, by being this projecting hypocrite, like the friend that I told you about. But you don't want an organic narrative. We don't live in a true story anymore. People on top and the people on the bottom or in the middle, anywhere in between. Got people afraid to be truthful. So that's a shame. And it's a shame. Like, it's shameful. You count that your strength, but I think I recognize something. I'm really cautious about pushing judgment. I get speculative. It's all just a bunch of maybes to me. Until certain maybes keep getting reinforced. So we are in that era of false prophets. And it's shameful. And you guys watch yourselves do it. May the truth honor who honors the truth, and may the truth dishonor who dishonors the truth. Let that be God's kingdom. Let it be truthful and just.